Hello everybody, my name is Fairy or the Hedge Witch, and welcome back to my sacred space. I have missed you all so much, and I'm so happy to be filming something for you again. This is a different type of video than something I've ever done before. If you could not tell from the title, this is a very personal video. It's really just gonna be me chatting about what I've been up to and a little bit about my new job, which is at a pagan and witchcraft store. I'm going to be rambling for this entire video. This is just a nice little relaxed hangout chit-chat video, so feel free to grab a hot beverage. I have some herbal tea and we'll just get right into it. So right off the bat, I apologize if I sound any certain type of way. I've been extremely sick for the past week. My COVID test did come back negative, so that was really good. But I'm still quarantining because there's a fairly high chance of false negative test results. And I've had a lot of similar symptoms. It sounds like they think I just have the flu, but it is certainly the worst flu I've ever had in my life. So, not really sure what it is, but again, I'm quarantining right now. This has been my 6th day of having symptoms, and I'm finally starting to feel like myself again, but I apologize if I'm not as animated in this video as I typically would be. I'm also really not wearing much makeup today, so that's why I look particularly ghastly as well. My skin is super dry, so I didn't want to really cake on even like any powder or anything, so please excuse everything. But yes, I'm super excited to be filming again. I think back at the end of August, I made a whole video about like, oh, I'm back to YouTube, and then I literally didn't like upload anything after that. I guess starting there, I fully intended to make like a full comeback TM to YouTube. However, I actually went back to university this fall. Anyway, I am 23 years old, almost 24, and back when I was college age, I actually ended up dropping out of college, so I don't have any degree or anything. I got kind of close to a bachelor's degree, but I ended up never finishing it. So at this point in my life, I'm at a place where I felt like I wanted to go back and at least try to finish a 2-year degree. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm only going part-time, but it's been a big adjustment to go back after like 2 years off. And I really didn't expect only taking 2 classes this fall to be such an issue, especially since I was not working. But it was just so much. I found myself really exhausted all the time, and there's just a lot of other things going on in my life as well. I do have a couple videos filmed, so I believe there's 2 on my laptop that I still need to edit that I would like to get uploaded in the beginning of January. They're a bit outdated. One of them was for some of my Samhain stuff. So I know that's like really out of season, but it's still something I want to get up for you guys. But just know I have been, thinking about my channel this whole time, so I did not forget. I'm getting off topic here, but my brain, I've had a fever for a few days. It's gone now, but my brain is still, I've been calling it poo brain, so I still kind of feel that way. One of the other major life events that happened is I got engaged. My partner and I have been together for a little bit over 2 years, and at the beginning of November, around our anniversary, he proposed, and I said yes. So we don't have a date set or anything like that. But yeah, that's been really exciting. I, of course, in line with my goth aesthetic, I have a very spooky engagement ring. The stone on it is Mystic Topaz, which is like a purple to green color stone, sort of. I really love it. And I also ended up getting a job, which I really didn't expect to like be in the plans for me, I guess. I had been unemployed for like over a year, and I really hadn't been looking for anything. This past year or so has been kind of a time for me to like self-reflect and spend some time developing myself and really figuring out what kind of path I want to be on. My heat just turned on. I know it's super loud. I hope you guys can't hear it. I'm really sorry, but I live in Wisconsin and it's super cold, so I'm not going to turn it off. But I actually ended up with a job at my local Pagan store, and I have been absolutely loving it, actually. Just in general, I don't really tend to leave the house very much. Even before the pandemic started, I'm very introverted and I don't really like to go places if I can help it. So, yeah, not having a job meant that I like didn't really leave at all, especially with the pandemic. So it's been really nice to have something to do, I guess. It is only part-time. I guess I can tell you guys a little bit about it. So there are only a handful of us that work there. In total, there are 5 shop witches, so that's my official job title is a shop witch, and then there's the owner and her husband kind of does the like inventory and HR stuff, so there's 7 of us mostly. And then we also have a few like independent artists and other people like that who have contracts with the store, but they aren't like employees of the store. But yeah, in general, I've been really enjoying it. I've been there for about I'm going on my 3rd month, I believe. And I really love it. Everybody that I work with is amazing. I was already friends with the owner before I interviewed for the position. One of the things that I really liked and do continue to like about my job is that it genuinely actually feels like a family. I'm sure a lot of you guys have worked retail and other customer service jobs and stuff like that where the management team talks about how they want it to feel like a family and they want everybody to feel supported and everything, but it just doesn't feel that way at all. Especially when it's for a large and soulless corporation. But since there's literally 7 of us that work for the entire company, the shop owner is able to like hand select people that they believe will fit in with the personalities that already work there. As a side note, if I refer to coworkers with switching pronouns, it's actually because most of us are part of the queer community and almost everybody uses a mix of pronouns. I think there's only 2 of us that don't, so that's why. It has just been such a huge change to go from like I used to work in finances, so going from something like that to a tiny locally owned bookstore has been very nice, but also very difficult to adjust to. I'm finding out I have a lot of like anxiety triggers that are related to my old customer service jobs. So that's something that I've been working on particularly. I think it's something that's going to take a lot of conditioning to condition out of me to stop being nervous about telling my boss that I have a migraine and I need to stay home, or, you know, other things like that. Even with my current illness, I was really nervous when I had to text the shop owner and tell them that I was going to need to quarantine for at least 10 days, since I obviously had shifts that I was supposed to be working this week. But, you know, it was all handled really well. She's actually the one that sent me the tea that I'm drinking. She dropped off a care package at my house actually today, which was really, really sweet. Aside from the community and just really liking my coworkers, I just have learned so much since working there. I very much don't consider myself a... Oh my god, I just realized. I thought I was recording my audio incorrectly, and now I don't remember what I was talking about. I think I was just saying that I don't consider myself a beginner anymore at all. I've been practicing, I believe, for 8 years, 7 years, 8 years. Not quite 10, but more than 5, somewhere in there. But I am pretty much the youngest out of everybody that works there. Mostly everybody else is at least in like their mid-30s. So mostly everybody else, aside from like 1 or 2 of my coworkers, have a lot more experience than I do. And it's been really nice to like learn what other people's practices are. A really big part of our job is helping people figure out what they need. Because when you work in a very niche field like this, sometimes you get people that come in and they know exactly what they're looking for. You know, they're already really well versed in witchcraft and they know what they need for whatever spell they're trying to do. But most of the time, people have absolutely no idea what they're actually trying to find, and they're looking for some sort of spiritual guidance. And it's been really interesting to watch my coworkers give people advice, because I think in general, most of us that have more experience identify with a more folk magic and like traditional witchcraft path. There's so many little things that I like had never really heard of before or just had never thought of. My coworker and I were working together and somebody came in and they were asking about home protection, and my coworker like specializes in that, so she was giving them advice on, you know, what to do, you know, setting intention, setting boundaries and things like that. And just hearing all the stuff that she had to say about that was so cool, because that's not really something I've had to do much before. I've never owned my own house. Not to say that you don't need home protections and blessings and stuff when you rent, because I recently relearned that that's important. That's a video for another day, I think. I'm kind of rambling now, but the point is that I really like it. It's really chill and it makes me really happy, but it does take up a fair bit of time. But yeah, so I guess going forward, I'm planning on keeping this job, obviously. I'd really like to be there for a long time. It's a place that I feel really at home and really comfortable, and I just really want to continue being there. I am taking 2 more classes. I'm supposed to graduate in the spring of 2022, so I'm taking 1 class over the winter semester, which is like a 3-week course where like you really got to learn stuff real fast and like you still get credit for it, so that should be good. And then I'm taking 1 in the normal spring semester, and then I should be done with my degree, hopefully. I'm hoping that splitting up the classes into 2 separate semesters will be helpful, and I'll be able to have more time and energy for other projects like YouTube and hobbies and stuff. I'm also not taking any English courses, so that'll be really helpful as well. Yeah, in my last video, I talked about how we had moved like fairly recently, and at this point it is December when I'm filming this. Today is the technically it's the 23rd, it's 1:39 a.m. So it is late December, and we've been here for like 6 months now, so we're very settled in this apartment and we really love it here. I've just been really happy. I think I've mentioned before on this channel that I have a lot of like mental health shit going on. I have depression, which I think a lot of people have who are in this community, so I'm sure most of you understand. I also have a lot of other stuff going on, but none of it's diagnosed. We're pretty sure that I have ADHD, but that's still something I have to get like fully, I need like a paper that says that I have it, so. But anyway, I feel like over the past year, I've really just had the opportunity to kind of assess a lot of my like coping mechanisms and my support system, and figuring out what's good for me to keep around, both for people, family members, friends, and with like how I deal with my issues. And I think at the beginning of 2021, I was feeling really overwhelmed and really lost because I felt like I was at a point where I was able to see all of the issues that I was having. That's kind of when I started doing a lot of shadow work, but I wasn't really sure what to do to like fix the issues, I guess, or like how to deal with them in a better way. I know this is really vague, but I don't really want to like overshare too much on here if I can help it. But anyway, I think especially after I moved, and then after I was able to get settled here, I really just have been in a lot better place mentally. I honestly haven't been this happy in a really long time. I was just saying to my partner a couple weeks ago that I was reading some of our old text messages from like 2 years ago, and I noticed how much I would like talk down about myself, and I literally never do that anymore. So that's something I'm really proud of. But yeah, in general, I'm just really proud of where I'm at this point. If you had asked me last December if I thought that I was gonna have a job that I liked in a year, I would have said absolutely the fuck not. But yes, that's where we're at. I'm really excited for the next like year of my channel. I really can't believe that it's been an entire year pretty much since I uploaded my first video on this channel. You guys have been insanely supportive, and it means so much to me despite how flaky I can be and how inconsistent I've been. At the time that I'm recording this, I have 450 subscribers, which is super amazing. It just makes me so happy, and I'm just really proud of, you know, that much growth in a single year, and I have like a dozen videos up on my channel. So thank you guys so much for continuing to support me and watch my content. It means so much to me. I think it's about time to cut myself off. I've been talking for a while. My throat is really starting to hurt, so I think I need to finish off this throat soothing herbal tea and lie down. Maybe go to bed, sis. It's 1:45. I hope that you guys look forward to the videos that I have coming for you. If you have any requests for me, please leave them down below. I'm kind of trying to reassess like what is going to be filmed next, because I had a plan and now it's like 4 months later, so I don't know yet, but we'll figure it out. I hope you guys had a lovely Yule, and I hope you have a great start to your 2022, and I will see you next time. Bye!